We're now going to look at creating a new quotation. This can be found in the customer module under quote/ProForma and option 204 new quote ProForma. This then gives us a list of active prospects and customers, and we can use ship to details if we want. So in here I'll have all of my prospects and customers in the one screen. So we can see here a UK prospect. We can obviously use the search bar to search for them by their name, the account number, the postcode, things like that. I'm going to go into the UK prospect. Customer PO, you don't have to put anything in at quotation stage. However, if you have ticked the demand PO reference when you set the customer account up, it will force that on the quotation as well. We can see down the bottom, we've got the delivery address, we've got the ship to. If we'd created multiple ship to addresses, we could see them in here. The subtotal and the freight will be calculated from the item lines going on to the order. Obviously the freight will be calculated based on the shipping method if it's relevant. What we've got is the shipping date, the latest ship date and overall due date. So the date that populates down to the lines is always the overall due date. So if we click that radio button and change it to overall due date, click on the drop down and say if they went with this, they would like it by Friday the 24th. If we then just come down to the item name, we can obviously pick the items that we want to sell. If it is a kit, then up the top here we can obviously change the price. So that's calculated £560 for everything. If they want the 20-inch monitor, we can see it's now £848. We could reduce that down to 800 if we wanted and click OK. And we can see the sales price is now £800. If we wanted to pick the bike, we've got the quantity and we've got the selling price. Again, if we just maximise this window a second so we can see, the pricing on the kit doesn't show anything. The pricing here says wholesale. Now if we change this price and reduce it down to 150, then the pricing information here will have the user's name that has changed it. So in there we can see admin user, that means I have changed the price. And we can also see we are still getting the discount of 30% because we have said anything on this customer account still gets 30%. So just bear in mind, if you do change your price and somebody's set up for an overall discount, then you will still take that discount as an additional on the item. You can, however, on that particular line, if you want to, just zero the discount if you just want to sell it for £150. We can see the next day delivery UK has now calculated the £15. You can obviously change that by highlighting it and overtyping the figure. If you do overtype the figure, because maybe on the first order you said you'll give it them free of charge, as you zero that amount and tab out of the field, the freight box will tick. And that basically says that you have overwritten what is in that box originally. You don't need to tick that box. It will automatically do it as you tab out if you have changed what was originally calculated in that field. Once we have created the quotation, if we click save, we can see up the top here, the system's giving it the next quotation number in sequence. If we then click the print button, and what you will find when we click print, in the quotation we have two options. So the first thing would be quote. You can see print preview. We can then see on the quotation we've got the computer kit and we've got the bike. We can obviously email that off to the prospect by ticking email and clicking print. If we finish with the quotation, we can save and close. If we go up to the mail button at the top right, in the outbox, we can now see our quotation is there. If we do another new quotation, again we can see our customers and our prospects. We can pick to do a quotation on an existing customer. So if we go in here, we can put our bike on. I'm going to zero the freight on this one. So we can see here we've got a subtotal of 200 and goods of £40, which is the VAT. When I do this one, I'm not going to send this as a quotation. They've just asked me immediately for a ProForma. We can save it or if we just click print, it will automatically save it and give it a number at the point of clicking print. If we want to send the ProForma straight away, we can just untick quote, tick ProForma, make sure the one that is ticked is also the one that is highlighted. Up here it will say settings for ProForma, and then we can untick print preview and tick email. And that has then gone off. Close that and save and close that.